Hey, what's up everyone? How are you doing? How are you doing? So, another day, another live stream. For your information, I am not home, which is the reason why what I see on my screen is what you see. I don't have a multi-screen setup. So, this is my my OBS window. So everything I see is everything you see as well. Thanks everyone for being here, popping in. It will be a short live stream, but it's gonna be a good one. I do have to quickly get the stream on. So I need to pop this out. There we go. Okay, there we are. Ready. So yeah, like I said, it is gonna be a shorter live stream. Messing around with my mic. 1 second here. Oops, there we go. Yeah, that's also, of course, because of... let me pause this. Ups, gone. There we go. It's also, of course, because there's a lot of stuff happening here. And I got to leave at 6 p.m., which is in 20 minutes. I just wanted to share my thoughts with you. We can talk about like South Africa and stuff in another longer live stream. I just wanted to be live here for you guys. So let me do this out of the... Up, there we go. So, yeah. That is what we're gonna do. Just wanted to talk about the price action locally, mainly. Short summary, of course. Like I always like to zoom out, so we're gonna shortly have a look. But yeah, I'll be talking about the local price action. Maybe have some time for a few questions, and and then that is it. But yeah, currently I am in South Africa. And that is the reason for different background, of course, in the camp, different location, not as consistent, like 3 times a day uploads and stuff. But if you've read the Discord post or YouTube community post or were at one of the live streams before I left on Friday, you probably know. Oops. No. And yeah, so far so good here. The weather, actually, it's currently very gray. That's why it's so dark. But yeah, welcome everyone. BBL, Eva, Par, TP, Robert Jones, Seriga, Zaza Wicks. Welcome, guys. Generational monies. If you want to make generational money, start a business. Trading Queen, welcome. Tyrone, Bina, Nirmal, random name, Joe, Charbel. I appreciate it. Yeah, so far so good. GTP Sleeper for you, Alpha, Madavada, Robert Jones, Esteban, Odin. How you doing? Yo, man, we gotta have a chat because I'm your neighbor now. So we gotta meet. Like there's no option. So I have time on 15, 16, 17, I believe. I think on the 15th. I have a meeting set, or probably will have a meeting with someone else that day. But DM me or write me in the mod section. I gotta get it done while I'm here. Yeah. 1 month. What's up, Gabriel? MT, Karen K. Will Bitcoin reach 57K? We'll get to the probabilities. Double zigzag going to 58. Yeah, so let's have a look, shall we? Let's have a look. It's gonna be short. 17 minutes left, so let's think about time here, and always shortly zoom out because it's important to have the high time frame perspective. But this is what we're looking for in the weekly, right? So a 5-wave impulsive move, 1 2 3 4 5, target for 4, invalidation for 4, 37.7, right? Currently this low over here, if this would be the low of 4, then your wave 4 is slightly shorter in time than wave 2. I mean, based on theory, wave 4 generally is longer than wave 2, so that's something we have to keep in mind. But nonetheless, wave 4, sideways corrective price action here, higher probabilities. This is corrective, and we are still looking for the bull market to continue at some point in the probably far future, right? Weeks. This is a weekly chart, so I mean, weeks. But yeah, target area for 4 currently nicely respected. On a daily time frame, zooming in. By the way, I'm not sure if Wi-Fi holds. If Wi-Fi is shit, then let me know. But on a daily time frame, your bullish scenario here is the diagonal, so a finished 3-wave ABC. So in that case, we do label this as the low, right, for your 4, and then have an impulsive structure, which is a diagonal to the upside, finishing 1, a 3-wave 2, and then continuation to the upside. Now inside this diagonal, we're then here looking for that 4, right? We then have a potential 3-wave structure. And then the question is that it? Is this indeed your second leg? First, second, and then your third leg, of course, second leg like this, second leg to the downside. And I do have some thoughts about this structure to the downside, also the move to the upside here, and what I will be looking for early next week. But eventually you are aiming for a 5 to the upside. Until wave 4 is finished, it's difficult to really be very confident about a diagonal. And then in a bearish scenario, you quite simply look for price to continue to the downside and take out this low. I mean, it's as easy as 1, 2, 3, right? We're looking for downside anyway. Now, actually, in the bullish scenario, if we would zoom in to the 1 hour time frame, all right, 4 hour, let's stay around on the 4 hour. So look, if I open the volume, you can see that the volume here is highest in the low, right? Now that is something that happens if you want to finish a structure. Then this is something that happens in a wave 3 or a wave C most often. Other than that, a high volume low can also be a wave B or a wave X, right? And when we look at this structure to the downside so far, and we take a trend-based fib extension from the high to, I'm going to pick the highest low here, right, to the high in the middle, then you can see that if we look for an ABC to the downside here, right, so we have our A, we have our B, we have our C. Wave C missed the most common target for a wave C, which is down here. It hit the 0.618, it took out the low, right? Okay, fine. Even if you put A over here, it doesn't really matter. You took out the low, that's a minimum target, but your common target is not hit. It's all probabilities, right? Which makes it interesting to me, as then a bearish scenario would be that you have an unfinished, and now we're like, so bullish is of course ABC. Bearish is that you either have your ABC or you're still looking for your 1, 2, 3, of course. That is most bearish, so let's make this red. All right, ABC is actually still bullish, but it basically means you're still gonna take out the low in this case. So here, what we're looking for in this case is we have a 5-wave move down in a 1 or A, but then we have a W, X, and then a Y, right? A sideways double combo structure. Now this is done quickly. Basically, before I started the live stream, I had a little bit of time to look at the chart, right? And this move up can be counted as an impulse. And then your question is this a wave A? Is this a wave 1? Is this a wave C? This move. And it very much depends on the move to the downside. As the move down here, right? If it is corrective, you're going to look for the high. If this is impulsive, there's the potential to take the low. But looking at the structure that we have so far here, and the fact that if we want to end a structure here in an ABC, it is a short C, Did we hit support? Yeah, I mean, we hit support. We hit the monthly. We bounced on the monthly here. Perfect fine. Also the point of control. That's the red line here. Point of control since 49K was also here. So yeah, we had some support for sure. But it is still a short C. Which is not ideal. Right? Not ideal. So from a probabilities perspective, it's actually quite tricky to give a finished A, B, C the highest probabilities with a wave C being short. It's more common for a wave C to be longer than the common target than shorter than the common target. So from a probabilities perspective, you would expect price to hit for wave C, the common target area, or move beyond it. It doesn't happen often that a wave C is shorter than the common target area. So that is why I am aware that this move up, as impulsive as it looks, can be part of a bigger sideways double combo and act as a wave C. In other words, you still then would be looking for price to take out that low. Now, if we then go to the 1 hour time frame here, so here we have our move to the upside, bounced on support, hit the monthly, point of control, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, in this impulse, so when we compare an impulse with a wave C, there's a few things that are interesting to look at. And one of those things is the retracements. So if you look at an impulse, right, you, of course, like to see your wave 1, wave 2, 3, 4, 5. Your most common target for your wave 2 is the 05 to the 786 Fibonacci, right? The 382 is uncommon, the 886 is rare. Anything above the 382 is rare for a wave 2. Now we can pull all we want from this low to which high you want to pick, but at no moment in time did price move down and hit the 382. Now that is more characteristic for a wave C, where a wave C is a quick move. So in a flat, if you have a flat A, B, and then a wave C, right, your wave Cs tend to be very quick, right? No deep retracements, fast move to the upside. Here, we don't have any retracement at all. It's higher, low, higher, low, higher, low. We don't have like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a wave 5, right? So looking at this move up, it makes me think about, looks C-ish, no, not impulsive. It looks C-ish, and what then the exact structure is? Well, I bet like when we have a live stream with a bit more time, I can figure stuff out a little bit more. At the moment, I just had the W, X, and then a Y with a flat. Of course, you can also simply have A, B, and then look for C, but then you have a running flat because this is the high of A. If this is your end of C, preferably C moves above A. So preferably, you then look for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But if all of this is wave 4 price action, including this leg down here, this is your 2. It's ridiculous in time. Doesn't really make sense. So if we go to a 30-minute time frame, what is possible, right, is that we have our 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you look for another 4, 5. Early next week, take the high one more time, and then eventually look for a drop. Now, I don't know if I have any close resistance. Not really. That's a bit of a thing here. So we have some support to the downside. Daily naked point of control, 61.8. We have some interesting resistance here, 65.6. But I am not yet confident at the moment, based on what I explained here, that this is a significant low. As in a finished corrective structure, wave C is in, and tada, right? It feels C-ish, barely any retracement for wave 2 locally. We took the low, minimum ABC is reached, right? Like minimum target is taking the low of A. The problem is you didn't hit the common target. It's rare for wave C to be shorter. It's more common for C to be longer than the common target, but we didn't. Right? So I still have a I'm not confident about oh yeah, this is the low and up we go, right? Like arguably for me the probabilities are still higher to look for price to take out this low again, and the move to the upside, yes, can be counted as a 5-wave structure. We can count one, oopsie daisy, we can count a 1 2 3 4 5 here. We can count 1 2 1 2 3 4 5, maybe another 4 5. The fact we have a potential 5-wave structure, right, makes this either C, A, or 1. Depends on the retracement. So at the moment, price is here just moving to the downside on a 1-hour time frame. No clarity here if this is corrective or the potential of it being impulsive. This retracement here was a 786 golden pocket, which is fine. All right, so need a bit more time here at the moment. We just hit the gap, by the way, here. Interesting. So little bit of support, but yeah, this move down. As mentioned, we don't yet have enough info, but if this turns out corrective, we're going to be looking for price to take the high. Currently, the highest volume is in the low. All right, so if this is bearish, you want to actually continue the market structure, and you don't want to see price moving above these highs here at the moment. Changing the market structure because the volume is in the low. So if this is really bearish, you actually want this to be a wave 3, and then eventually get another 4, 5. Maybe a few 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 4 5 4 5 poof. If you do change structure with the highest volume in the low, probabilities are higher this is corrective, and then take the high. And then of course if you do yeah, there's not too much resistance to the upside. Let's see, value area high. Okay. Yeah, there's not much going on volume wise. So if you do take out, there's a bit of like resistance 64, of course, but you rejected here once, and then the next area of resistance really is 65.8. So yeah, that's currently my thoughts. That's what I'm looking for from an Elliott wave point of view, and yeah. Left or right? Always right. Oh, CVD divergences. Quick look here. CVD. Yeah, so on the CVD, if you zoom out, right, on a 4-hour, you do have the bullish CVD. Right, so you had higher low, lower low, higher low, lower low. So bullish CVDs. Which is interesting, right? So it can create a bias of taking out that high at some point. But local CVD is always most important. And locally at the moment... oh, by the way, you can see I have the lines off. So I can turn them on. Makes it a bit easier for the stream, I suppose. But we had some bearish CVDs here as price moved down. You can see it on blue here, for example, right? Lower high on price, higher high on the CVD on blue, no? We do have a bullish CVD here on green, but what I would like to see to be more confident for upside is CVDs bullish here, right? If you keep bouncing locally with bearish CVDs, the bullish CVD on the higher time frame doesn't matter. Can be completely ignored. So it's much more interesting to look at CVDs on the right side here of the recent high, right? Because we've been moving down with price showing bearish CVD. This is what it's about. Create a new range. We just dropped, so we need to give price some time to create a new range. Check the CVDs again, right? Makes me think, actually, as long as you don't take this 15-minute candle, you still have bearish CVDs locally here. So that's my my thought about CVD. Yeah. What's up, guys? See left or right. What's up, Andrew? Welcome, Mark. How you doing? New PFP after the rebrand. Profile picture, yeah. Bina, what's up, you? But the leading diagonal, if we take the low 59. I don't know how how this would be turning into a leading diagonal. I wouldn't count a leading diagonal at the moment. I would preferably count all of this corrective for now here. So yeah. Structural point of view, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Correction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's definitely something to say about a finished ABC, but I saw the comment. But it is a short C, but the minimum target is reached, so you cannot ignore the potential of a finished A, B, C here. In that case, of course, it's bullish. You look for upside. So the most interesting price action really is what's happening here, right? If this turns out to be corrective, you're going to look for the high. Take out this high. If you take out this high, I don't know, there's not too much resistance. There's not too much resistance nearby. So, but it is a short wave C. What's up, Ali? Check the CVD. Wave 4 wouldn't that be a tight diagonal on what you would usual fib working? I'm not sure what you mean with the diagonal on the daily, because if you have a finished 4, I don't count any diagonal on the daily. Oh, I gotta go, guys, by the way. It's just a sideways complex sideways corrective structures, either simple or complex, doesn't matter. But a sideways structure retracing to almost the 3A2, like missed by a few dollars. Yeah. So yeah, what I'm so yeah, I gotta go. Yeah, there's an agenda. So yeah, what I'm looking for here. Can this be a finished ABC? From a structural point of view, there is the potential, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Correction, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, cool. In that case, this needs to be a wave 1 or a wave A to look for price moving up. This is a very short wave C to the downside compared to your A, which is simply less common. It's Elliott waves, right? It's not Kuhn that decides probabilities. It's Elliott waves that's eventually deciding on probabilities. And if rules are respected and targets are respected, the yes or the no. And in this case, we missed out on the common target area, which is not common for a wave C. So it lowers the probabilities. This is a wave C, even though potential structure can be a 5-waver. Now this move up here, definitely potential for an impulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave structure, maybe even a double 1, 2, and then 3, 4, 5, 4, and then look for another leg up in 5. Doesn't really matter. What matters is your wave 2 is so incredibly shallow that it's not great to count this as an impulse compared to a wave C. It's more like a wave C characteristic that you have such a shallow retracement compared to it being an impulsive characteristic. So the probabilities, like from an Elliott wave point of view, I don't know, it's difficult to count this as a C and this then A or 1. It would be interesting to still look for that low at some point, continuation of the range sideways. But yeah, if you want to get clarity, right? And I don't really have the time to be behind the chart all day, but look at this. Look here. This. If this turns out corrective, take the high. That's the probabilities. Currently, your highest volume, right, is in the last move down. If this is bearish, you want to count this as a 1, and then some 2, 3, 4. You still need a sideways range and eventually a 4 and a 5 to the downside minimum to count at least bare minimum an impulse, correction, continuation. If price, however, has the highest volume in the low, right, and changes structure, probability is higher, this is corrective, WXYs, ABCs, you're going to be looking for price to take out this high here, right? So we do have bullish CVDs here, of course, very, very locally. We have bearish, keep an eye on the local one, right? Because in the end, CVDs here is all that matters. That's the one that is really important. The local CVD divergences. And that's what you know, like I don't really have the time to keep an eye on the 15. I'm also not really actively involved with the charts at the moment. So yeah. Yeah, I'm not confident about oh, this is the low and we go to all-time highs from now. But that's just Elliott waves. So take it level by level here locally. Local price action. That's the one you should read. But we don't yet have the info. Is this going to be an impulse? Is this a corrective structure? We don't have the info yet. This can be an impulse. Impulse is structure. This can also be a corrective structure. But we need more info. So we need to wait here locally. Yeah, if this turns out corrective as explained, then you look for the high. And if you take the high, there's not a lot of resistance. So yeah, something to keep in mind. Yeah, so gotta go. Stressing. Come on. From the low to the high. If we do take this, yeah. So, and even here, if this would be an impulse in a 1 or a wave A, and you look for a 2 or B, right? Your minimum target is 61.7. Right? Your common target is 61.1 to 59.8. So yeah, it would be nice to actually see a deeper retracement by all means, and then observe the reaction. Support to the downside. Daily, oh wait, this one was touched. We can remove daily naked point of control, and then a daily. So daily naked point of control is important support. That's the one I'd keep an eye on. 61.8 here. So yeah, cool. Gotta go. Thanks everyone for being here, and yeah, gotta move. I will see you again at the next one.